Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Now this is kind of an important video I wanted to bring out on the channel for a while, but I kind of wanted to wait until I progressed in the game a little bit more. Now the reason why I say this is because this is a video that I wanted to show you guys, as you can tell by the title, the best races to be able to get money and also part tokens. So that is pretty much the most important thing right now, is obviously to earn part tokens so you can improve your cars, and then obviously to get money so you can buy the cars. That was a very weird close-up, but basically to be able to buy your cars and also even buy parts. Some people say that you shouldn't buy car parts in this game. You should just use your money for buying the cars themselves and then use the part tokens. I completely disagree. Using your money to buy car parts helps you level, or yes, it does actually help you level up your car faster, but it also helps you go ahead and pretty much just buy the parts that you don't have already. And like I said, it'll help you get your parts a lot faster for your car, like the better parts that are a lot higher level. So basically what I'm going to show you guys, if you want to skip ahead to the actual races that I'm going to show you guys, skip to this time that's up on the screen. I don't want to like waste your guys' time, so if you want to skip to just want to see the races specifically, because right now I'm just going to explain to you guys how the part system works in this game and how exactly my opinion, I guess, on you know, using your money to buy cars and using your money to buy car parts as well works in this game. So go ahead and skip to that time if you want to skip ahead. So now I'm at the tune-up shop, right? So if I go ahead and I go inside the tune-up shop, as you can see, because I've leveled up my car quite a decent amount, I already have a level 18 part on it. That means that the game would start going ahead and adding into the actual shop parts that I can buy that are level 18 parts. Technically, this one is going to go ahead and make my car faster. Why shouldn't I buy it? You know, why shouldn't I buy it? I know it's worth 25 grand, but the races in this game pay such a high amount of money that doing one race, one incredibly short race at that, is going to go ahead and bring my money back, and pretty much just doing one race is going to give me that part. Now here's the thing with the part tokens. A lot of people say that you go into the trade-in, you just go ahead and do races over and over again, and that'll give you part tokens. As you can see at the top of the screen or at the bottom, it says cost 3 to lock and roll. So basically you lock one of these perks that you want to use. Obviously if you want to get a part for gearbox specifically, let's see, for me, I kind of want to get something for turbo or block because those are only level 16 parts. So if I go ahead and I go try to get something from block, is it block that I just said? Yeah, it is block. If I go and get something for block, basically this will lock it to a block part, but then I don't have a choice of the brand of part that I want or the perk that I want. Now, why is this important? The brand is important because if I go ahead and press X here, you can see that the speed cards here, or the part, well, the speed cards specifically, go ahead and they give you brand bonuses. So if you go ahead and get 3 of them, or 6 of them, obviously, because if you get 3 and then you get another 3, they basically multiply by 6 instead of just have the 3 multiplier. They don't multiply like by 4 or by 5. If you do get more than 3, it'll only multiply either by 3 or by 6. So you either have to get only 3 of them, or you have to get 6 of them of the same one if you really want that to happen. Or you can get 3 from, for example, from Outlaw, and then you can get 3 from Carbon. You get what I mean? So you can mix and match. Obviously, you have 6 specific parts that you can get, and then you can mix and match if you want that. But all of these give you specific bonuses. So the Americana bonus, actually, you guys can read, so I'm not going to bother telling you guys exactly what the thing is up on the screen. Anyway, just press help if you're really like careful and like you want to know exactly what you want your parts to be. Obviously, this will help you get your cars either to be faster, to handle better, or to jump higher, stuff like that. For whatever you want your cars to do, this will help you. So again, like I said, people tell you to go ahead and just use your parts in trade-in and then just go ahead and pretty much do a spin, and that's how you get the best parts all the time. That is true, but that is also not the only way to get parts, because like I said, there is a time that you're gonna level 16. That's terrible. That is terrible. That's just gonna bring my NOS capacity down a lot. So that means I'm just gonna trade it in, and I'm gonna try spin again. This will use up a lot of your part tokens. Alright, this will use up a lot of your part tokens. The only way to get these back, obviously, is by doing more and more races. Obviously, jump is something that I don't want, but speed is gonna be a little bit better. So technically, I am increasing something here that's significant, which is my horsepower and my top speed, which is going up by how much? By 2 miles an hour. I guess it's not really that interesting. So see what I mean here? You go over and over again until you get the part that you want. I don't really want airtime on this thing, on this car specifically, so there's no point in me doing that. But if I do end up going ahead to level up to level 17, the level of my actual car at the top left is actually going to go up higher, which makes sense, right? But if I go ahead and I just go to here, I could possibly just go ahead and buy one of these parts. There is no reason why you shouldn't buy one of these parts for your car. There you go. I'm going to buy this level 18 block with nitrous. It doesn't go ahead and change anything compared to the Outlaw, except it brings the top, it actually improves it. It brings the top speed up, because this was a nitrous part as well, as you can see. So if I just go ahead and replace it with another one, it actually just improves it. And this also means the higher the level of your car is, the better chance of you getting high level parts is. That doesn't mean that you're always going to get these high level parts. You're going to get also stuff that's like level 17, level 16. Sometimes I even got like level 12, right? It's just out of the blue that you get it, but it's completely random, and there is a higher chance, like I said, to get higher level parts if your car is obviously leveled a lot higher with these specific parts. Now, like I said, it is better to buy parts and also mix and go into trading and try to trade your parts in to be able to get parts that you want. So don't just do the one thing or the other. Try to mix them both, because that's the whole point of the game. You know, there's a reason why both of these are in the game, and not just, they don't just tell you, here, just use this specific one here or use this other one here. This was perfect. It gets rid of the nitrous. It brings my level up to 388, as you can see, from 385, even though my airtime goes down. But it is a level 17 part, so obviously it'll bring it up. And this will also improve my horsepower, top speed, and quarter mile time, which, again, it'll improve my acceleration and also my top speed. So it's perfect. So now I have no parts that are level 16. And then also one main thing here as well, after you've finished changing your parts, obviously from your older ones, go ahead and get rid of your old parts. Trade these in instantly, because you're gonna remain, they're just gonna remain in your inventory, and you're just gonna have them there for absolutely no reason, where you can trade them in and then just have more part tokens that you can trade in. So that's pretty much how this whole system works, and I definitely think that you should use both the buying of the parts and also the trading in of parts, and it'll help you a lot, and you get to level up your cars a lot faster than usual, especially nowadays that the races actually pay a decent amount of money in the game. They decided to update the game for some reason, even though before you could still get a huge amount of money in races over time. The more you sort of progress through the game, the higher the payout of the races were, but now I feel like you're getting even a lot more money in races, and it's just absolutely ridiculous how much money you can squeeze out of some of these races. So now I'm going to show you guys pretty much the best races possible, or best events even, because they don't have to specifically be races. You can do the drift events, or you can do the runner events that'll help you pretty much get money and also get part tokens, because those are the ones that you want, either part tokens or the specific parts that you're gonna get for your car. Also shipments, just one quick thing for shipments. The only way to get these is just progressing through the game. There's another way to get these, is pretty much just buying the speed points or whatever they're called in the game with actual money. If you want to use microtransactions to buy these, they're not really that useful, to be honest. They also changed the whole vanity item things, because I think people were not getting the air suspension quite enough, so they changed them, and now you get them all the time. So if you're really waiting for that air suspension, because that's kind of, I guess, like one of the rarest things to get in this game as a vanity part. So yeah, that's pretty much where I am with that. Anyway, now for the best races and events. Basically, I'm going to start with the very, very beginning, the one that I always use because of a specific reason, and it was this one. This Midnight Run sprint race was probably the fastest one. It only took 1 minute and 17 seconds. Well, that's what that guy did. I can definitely do it in a minute and like, I think 10 and minute 15. I don't even know. I can't remember. I haven't done it in a long time. But this is the one that I ended up starting off with. This is the one that I ended up using my Golf at the very beginning of the game, my underpowered Golf Mark 1 GTI, to do this race over and over again to get money. I do understand people saying that, oh, you shouldn't have to do a race over and over again to be able to get money. That's been the case with every single game. You have to grind at least a little bit to get money for something that you want. Obviously, if you just progress through the game, you can still buy very expensive cars, but if you want to go ahead and buy the hypercars, the supercars, you have to kind of work for it a little bit, and then obviously grinding in this game kind of helps you a lot with that. So basically, the reason why I was doing this race is, again, it took a very, very short amount of time. It will upgrade your race car, right? So the class it's pretty much the race class of vehicles that you're going to use for this. So it'll upgrade that by giving you the parts at the end of the race. And it, again, like I said, it doesn't take that long. It'll give you a very good amount of money. And if I go to all on the map here, it is right next to a gas station, which costs $180 to teleport back to, and then you start the race, and it's right next to it. That is the most important thing here, is like how quickly can you go back and do the race? You get me? So if I go ahead and I let's say do a race that's I'm trying to figure out a race that's like here. This one isn't even that far. It's like just slightly away from your garage. But if there's a race just in the middle of nowhere, I can't find one right now. I'm trying to figure out one that's just in the middle of nowhere, and it's difficult to find. Let's say this off-road race right here, right? This off-road race is pretty much in the middle of nowhere. No, it doesn't take that long to do, but it takes very long to teleport to, let's say here, to this gas station, and then try to drive all the way back to it, right? So I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible, all these races. So what's the best way to do it? Try to find a race that's next to a gas station, next to your garage, something like that. Dealerships kind of cost a little bit more. Still only about $450 to teleport to, and then this one is, like, as you can see, just slightly longer. You can tell by the times that people are getting at the bottom of the screen what type of race this is and how long it takes. So this is the one that I used to use at the very start to be able to earn a lot of money. I just kept doing it over and over again. Now, as I progressed through the game, I ended up getting one of these races, which is right here. And this is called the Hyperspace Circuit race. This gives you 26,000, right? It doesn't take you 2 minutes to do it. If you have a very, very fast car, it doesn't take you. It takes you less than 2 minutes to do it. Now, the only problem with this one here, and I think the problem that I had with the previous one as well, is at a time where my cars were so incredibly fast that I'd go ahead and pretty much just do this race before a specific side bet that would come up. Right now, for the side bet for this one is go ahead and stay in last place for at least 2 minutes. So I have to, for 120 seconds, I have to stay in last place before I finish the race. I can finish this race in less than 120 seconds, which is the problem here. So technically the way I have to do this is I have to choose a weaker car to do it so I can get past the side bet, and then do the race again, pretty much with other cars, because that is the main problem with these races, and the only way to do that is by having a second car that's slightly slower, so you can actually stay in last place for 2 minutes, and then go ahead and try to overtake everybody and then win. So that's the only problem. But this is right now the best circuit race, and also I think the best way to get money in this game. It's fast. It takes, like I said, less than 2 minutes if you have a very good car. It gives you up to just 60,000 credits, right? It gives you just slightly over 60,000 credits at its very best. Because of the side bets that you can do, and also, again, the reward payout that you get here. And again, like I said, it's the best way to get your parts for your race car. I mean, there's no point of trying to even buy parts for this one, because it's so quick, it's so fast that you do. That you can just do the race and you win all the time anyway, so you can just level up your car very easily. But like I said, if you want to go ahead and level up even faster, use your parts, or buy your parts. Now for drag racing. Now the drag racing, this is the one I ended up doing here. It's, again, very close to a gas station. It's literally just around the corner. I just have to just drive up the road very slightly, and this is the one that I decided to choose for this. This is the one that I was always doing. It's very easy. It is technically a straight line. There's some of these drag races are not a straight line. If I go to the highway one, there's actually curves in the highway that are pretty much, it just doesn't make it an actual drag race. Then there's for some reason circuit races here that you can use your drag car if you want to do. But I guess this is the fastest one here. You can get some very, very good times with this, and it's also a best out of 3, so you don't have to win 2 races to be able to get this on. And it's the side bets are very easy. Just do like a wheelie, try to, I think, finish in a specific time. What else is there? Don't lose any races, and that's pretty much it. That's all I remember from the drag races. So the side bets are very easy. You can always accept them, always do stuff like that. So I think that this is the best drag race to do for, again, getting money quickly, because like I said, you can just teleport back to this gas station, and then it's just around the corner, and then you go ahead and start it again if you want to go ahead and grind. Now for the off-road events, this is the one that I decided to go for. There's probably a couple of other ones that you can try and do. That's the one I kept teleporting to. That's the one that I felt like it was the easiest and quickest one to do. See, this one takes about 3 minutes to do, even though it pays slightly higher. But this one right here, it feels like it's the best one to do here. It only takes, like as you can see on the screen, the person did it in a 288 level Volkswagen Beetle, so you can definitely do it in a much faster time. There's not a lot of like turns and curves in this road, or in this like track, I guess, because it's not really a road, because you get to go off-road a lot. It takes very short amount of time. You get to teleport to this gas station that's right here. It's right next to it. Your payout is right now a lot anyway, because like I said, EA or Ghost or whoever thought that this was a good idea to go ahead and increase the payout for every single race. And it's very easy to just get your money back very quickly with this race. So just go ahead, go to the finish, come back to the very beginning with the gas station, and again, the same process as the rest of the races. Now, if you really want to go ahead and test your skill, I think the best runner event would be this one. This courier surveillance one is probably the easiest one to do. It only takes about 2 minutes to actually complete. You spawn right next to this gas station here, and this is very easy. There's no race involved. It's basically just a time trial sort of thing. You're racing against the clock to do it. All you have to do is go ahead and collect 5 packages, if I remember correctly. It's like this one here, one here. Wait, is it 2 or 3? No, I'm trying to think if it's 2 or 3 on this side. I'm pretty sure it's just 2. So you have to collect one from here, one from like somewhere over here, if I remember correctly, and then you have to cross the bridge over, I remember, and then there's one here, one over here, and then one like somewhere in this direction here. So just like 5 packages you have to collect, and you can do that in like in 2 minutes pretty much. So it's the easiest one that I found, and it also pays almost $20,000 in this game. And again, it's easy to just teleport back to, and then just start over and over again. It's like literally just around the corner and just down the road slightly. And again, like I said, it's very easy to get these races done. If you find a really good spawn point for them to basically respawn and fast travel to, they're the best races to do. It's the easiest way to go ahead and teleport back to. Now, last but not least, the drift events. Now, there is only one drift event here that I actually consider worthy, and it's this one. It's drifting the block. If you really want to go ahead and get yourself, pretty much your drift car that you want to get the parts for your drift car, you want to get money by pretty much just doing drift events, I think this is the easiest one, and this is the best one to do. You go around the block a couple of times, literally drift around the block a couple of times, and that's pretty much it. That is the whole event, and you get 14,699 credits for that. It isn't very far away from any sort of spawn point, but the only reason why I say it's not far away from any spawn point, it doesn't really matter, because this is a circuit race and you spawn back at the very beginning once you're finished anyway. So there's no point of any specific spawn point. That is why this right here, this race, is the best one to do, because it's literally just a loop and you go back to the start of the race every time you finish it. So that's why I think that this is the best drift race. You just go back to the start every time you finish it. You don't have to teleport anywhere. You don't have to do anything. You're basically at the very beginning as soon as you finish the race, and you just press the button and start it again instantly. So that's why I think this is the best one. Now, for drift guys, I kind of feel like it's a lot more difficult to do it. It takes a little bit longer than everything else. It doesn't take that much longer, but it takes a little bit longer than everything else to be able to get your money and to get your parts. Now, you're wondering, why can't I just do the one race here, like I said, and just get a lot of money and then just use it to buy parts instead of doing the, like, for example, the drift event that obviously isn't going to give me as much money, but it's going to give me a part at the end, hopefully. You are right, and that's why I said you should actually buy your parts and also use these races to go ahead and get the parts from the end of the race as a prize as well. It helps you pretty much both ways. You get money for it as well from doing the race and doing the side bets, and it also helps you by giving you a free part at the very end. So using both, right? Using both of the features that were added into the game to pretty much be able to get your parts that you wanted and get your cars and your supercars and your hypercars and all that sort of stuff. That's gonna be it. Thank you guys very much for watching today's video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. I feel like this is the best way I could have explained this video. All these little side things that you can do around the map as well, they give you slightly more money. There's this one here. I don't even remember. I don't even pay attention to how much money these give. It's so small. I don't even think it's like 1,000 credits that it gives you. If it is, then go ahead and you can try to find all these around the map. But it's not worth it enough for me to be able to mention them in the video. Getting the coins and the billboards and stuff like that. But that is pretty much it. Again, like I said, if you have any questions for anything, let me know down in the comments, and I will pretty much respond to you guys. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. It's more technical, it's not a lot of gameplay in it, and I'm sorry if that's what you came here looking for, is a lot of gameplay in this video. It's basically just me talking and showing you guys pretty much the best places to go to get your money and to get your parts that you actually wanted for your cars in this game. So that is pretty much it. Again, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.